Hello, this is Stephanie from Steps to Row Interpretations. How are you doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I have a question regarding January 6th committee and people that there's so many texts and so many videos and so many interviews that have now been done. I want to, especially with Mark Meadows' text, I'm not going to ask if he's cooperating. That just came to mind. But my main question was, is there anyone truly implicated via texts, and not just Mark Meadows' texts, but by recordings, by photos, anyone in Congress. Let's put it that way. Anyone in Congress specifically, and I'm not going to suggest names or parties or anything like that. I just want to go straight to, is anyone in Congress been implicated or has been, let's see, not implicated, okay, better word for, has anyone in Congress been definitely identified as being a part of the planning of the January 6th invasion, January 6th coup? So the question is, has anyone in Congress been identified as being a part of the January 6th invasion? Has anyone been identified as being a part of the planning of the January 6th invasion? Has anyone from Congress been identified as part of the planning of the January 6th invasion? Has anyone been identified from Congress? Okay, so let's cut the cards. Let's see what happens. See what we get here. Okay, so this way a little bit. So in the past, which it did happen in the past, we have the Eight of Swords. Someone feeling backed into a corner. And can't figure their way out, find their way out. They're backed into a corner because of their circumstances. Like backing a lion into a corner or anything into a corner, and they're lashing out. Not taking their blindfold off and seeing that there is a way out. They're just stuck in their little corner that they put themselves in. They're surrounded by swords, but there's definitely an opening for this woman to escape. She can unbind herself, and she can take her blindfold off if she wanted to. If she could see further than the forest, you know. These are people with blinders on, and they've stuck themselves into a corner. So there are people that are implicated. They put themselves into a corner because they were blinded by their loyalty to Trump and perhaps, I'm going to say, Putin and foreign money. And they went ahead and they did what they thought. And swords are about thought, logic. They weren't logical, but it's about thought, logic, communication. Meaning, okay, so they communicated. There was communication regarding what they wanted to have happen for January 6th invasion. That's what I think what happened. That's what I think this card means. They're blindfolded. They're blinded by what they've signed up for. They've been backed into a corner. Can't see their way out, so I think this is the only way out, and especially because Biden won the presidency. And this is the only way they felt that they could protect themselves, because now that Biden had won, and there would be investigations also. But they did it out of blind loyalty also, to a man, to probably another world leader or two, the old money, and they were part of the communication. They're part of videos, they're part of photographs, they're part of recordings, part of texts that show that they were a part of the planning of this invasion. Okay. In the present, so there's a lot of work being done right now to get down to the truth. I'm looking at this worker, the craftsman, which would be the January 6th committee and DOJ and everybody, actually like chiseling away. It's really showing, it's more of a worker, being a master craftsman, doing a fine job. But to me, the hammer and the chisel is like chipping away at the stories and various pieces of information that they have, that they're getting, and being able to put the puzzle together. So we have people currently right now that have been and still are, they're masters of their craft, and they are chipping away at the lies and the BS that's been given to all of us, and they're getting to the truth. They're finding out who it is. They're finding out who it is. There were people definitely, and there's so far in the past, there were definitely people that were involved. There are people right now in the January 6th committee and in the Department of Justice right now that are chipping away at the information, misinformation, comparing notes and everything. They're figuring out who was a part of this. So now we have the Queen of Swords, another master of her, but this is on the divine feminine side. She, you saw the look on the face. I don't know if you saw my reading about Elon Musk and about the truth and being held accountable. But the look on, it was the King of Swords. That was the final clarifier. And the look on his sword was just, on his card was the guy, he wasn't taking any crap. And this lady doesn't either. She's going to get to the heart of it, whether, she didn't take any BS. She's, I'm going to say a little witchy, but with another letter in front of, instead of W. She's not going to beat around the bush. This also could be a woman. It could be Liz Cheney, who's been leading this. I mean, it's a bipartisan committee, but I think they couldn't have selected any better members. They're all working together. They are taking this seriously, and the truth will come out. She's not kidding around. And even with Letitia James in New York and everything, actually finally getting the hammer put down on Trump as far as, $10,000 a day until you decide to buck up that information we want. So my thought is, does he really have $10,000? But that's another story, another reading to come. But finally, there's going to be accountability. And that knife is sharp. And whatever comes out, and whatever the reaction is, it's going to hurt. Yeah, so we are going to find out. We will find out who has been a part of the planning of this. With all of the texts from Mark Meadows, it does make me wonder, and I am voicing opinions and other findings from other readers about possibility of him cooperating now, and that's why we're suddenly seeing so much information coming out. And he probably got a deal. But I mean, it seems like a lot of information was flying through him. Now, a lot of the Marjorie Taylor Greene, a lot of the people were like, why are they going through him to tell Trump to stop it? Even Donald Jr. and there were various different people. Why are they going through not Kevin McCarthy? What's his name? And I just had it. My mind is going. Mark Meadows. Why are they going through him? Other than okay, he works he worked for Trump. He's directly working for Trump. But I mean, even his kids, like, why not just get on the phone with Dad? Actually, all the kids were in the tent with him. So the truth is going to come out. I think Mark Meadows ultimately, in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only, was a part of the planning. A lot of people around him, probably people that many maybe might suspect, knew about it. Let's see what some of the clarifiers say. So there's give and take. Okay, this is the Six of Pentacles, so there's a balance going on, the giving and taking of information. And okay, we'll give you this if you can provide some more information on that. We're trying to get to the truth, and of course, there's always like negotiations going on. So that's what's going on right about now. That's what's helping January 6th committee chisel a little bit further into those coins to get the information. Helping the Queen of Swords to tell us what really happened and tell us the truth about who was involved. Here's the 10 of Pentacles. Which I'm going to say is a good indicator for the voter and also for our country that we are coming. This symbolizes the end of a cycle, but it's culminated into wealth of information, into wealth and knowledge. And celebration, that we finally will get people. There will be people that will be identified, maybe 10, going by the number of pentacles in there. Might not be. And perhaps with the pentacles, the Six of Pentacles here right now, there's 6 people that they're talking to right now. One of them is Mark Meadows. Well, they've talked to also Ivanka and Don Jr. and Jared. So that's 4, and there'll be 2 more. I think there's got to be more that they're going to be interviewing, that they have interviewed. But to me, this also looks like an explosion. Like everything is just coming out, which it has been. The last couple of weeks has been very, very interesting, and we're getting to the final step. where we're going to have everything that we need in order to identify these people and put them on trial and hopefully send them to jail for the rest of their lives for a coup against our own country, for trying to overthrow our government, our democracy, our way of doing, the way our country was built. Our founding fathers must be rolling over in their graves and saying, they were probably praying real hard on November 3rd, 2020. And then on January 6th, we came this close to being led by an autocratic leader. Totally losing everything we fought for back in 1770s, 1700s, 1800s, Civil War, everything that our country was based on. We came this close to losing it. And we're going to find, here's the Five of Wands. And people walking away. People walking away. Holder of the swords, the holder of the knowledge, the ones with the knowledge, the ones that were part of the communications and the planning and everything, the one that's holding these swords after a battle. They might have won the battle, but they're going to lose the war. Because people are walking away from them now, and they turn their backs on them, like, you're all on your own. And once we find out who they are, they're going to be very lonely. They're going to be very on their own, and they're going to become pariahs, which they should be. So I believe that there are people already, there were people in Congress that were a part of it. Currently we're finding that out. And the Queen of Swords is going to let us know when everything's been found out. The evidence is not circumstantial. It's hard fact. No denying. And currently there's negotiations going on with people, talking to people, making deals or whatever. But those negotiations will bring out more information. We'll have as much information as what we're going to need with the Ten of Pentacles in order to bury the traitor, the traitors, multiple. They're going to be out on their own, and they're going to be very, very sorry. That's, again, for entertainment purposes only, just my opinion. And I can't wait for that day to happen, honestly. It was a pure tragedy and totally disgusting. But everyone have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.